Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video on our channel. We have an iPhone 7 here which we're repairing for one of our friends. It's got a broken screen, as you can see. We're going to be using an iTrueColor display as shown here. These screens are very good. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So before we start the repair, we're just going to wipe the phone down, make sure that the screen's clean, that everything's clean, because we don't want to get bacteria around the workstation. So we put our suction cup in, and now we're going to unscrew the pen lobes at the bottom of the phone by the charging port. So it was a bit difficult to open, which was rather surprising, so we decided to use a hairdryer to melt the adhesive. Now that we have the adhesive melted, we're going to use an opening pick to pry open the display. And we're in. Now let's unscrew our Y000 screws from the main plate. As you can see, this phone has been repaired before and the person left it in a horrible state. There's dirt and dust covering most of the device, and there were 2 plates missing as well, along with a few screws. This is shocking and shows that more care needs to be taken by repair shops. If 2 15-year-old boys can repair better than an established repair shop, then something needs to change. When people do this, it makes me want to break my monitor. Now we've unplugged all the flex cables, we can remove the display from the rest of the housing. When repairing the phone, make sure you unplug the battery first so you don't damage your display. Unfortunately, there was a problem with the camera angle, so we weren't able to film removing the home button plate. Now we can work around the home button flex, putting a thin tool under it in order to remove the flex cable. Now let's take away the front camera and speaker. Now we can work on putting everything back to our new display. Now would be the moment where we would program our screen to restore True Tone functionality, but because it's an iPhone 7 we don't need to do that because they don't come with True Tone. Because this isn't the original screen for the phone, we would have to use a JC Pro 1000S, but they're quite expensive. Despite that, they're definitely worth the money and we will be purchasing one further down the line. JC, if you see this, please send us one, thanks. Now we're going to clean the phone. And here's me struggling to put on some adhesive. Now we can put our screen on and give it a dry run to make sure that everything in the device is working. So we've seen that it's working, so we can put all our screws and our plates back in. Here it is, our iPhone 7, nice and restored. Make sure to subscribe and like the video as we're trying to reach our goal of 30 subscribers by the end of the month.